All right, here we are, season 105, week 1, Bears versus Panthers. Should be a fun one here. Let's get this one underway. We've got go traditional ways, and let's roll.
Inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault, and that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today it's the opener of a new
as we talked on the some of the other shows down to since the draft show, I think this offseason was important for us as we got a few players that we needed on the offensive line, but I look forward to seeing how they play. It is going to be ultimately important to keep Fields upright and open up some running lanes for the backs. We'll see what happens. I did pick up a receiver in Tutu Atwell. Look to feature him in the offense here, and hopefully the defense that I've added some pieces on the front seven can make some noise as well. And going to be a challenge as Panther has a great offense, so we'll look to see what challenges I'm faced with there. But as we get this game kicked off, we are the away team here playing in Carolina. Panthers gave me a run for the money at the end of last season, so I'm looking forward to this being a dogfight.
Play action. It's Fields. That's complete right side.
The first play was going to run. He came out with an overload defensive formation that the counter was going to run right into, so I did change that up to a play action pass. Komet was open there, so I'm going to look to feature James Cook as I look to turn the offense over to him this season, kind of as a younger back with a little more speed. Kareem Hunt hitting the 30 mark has digressed a little bit, so that is kind of the plan. We'll see how that works out. There you go. Good run by James Cook up the middle, breaking an arm tackle. Picks up a solid 12 yards.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
We're going to get a first good look at the pass rush with Brian Burns here and see how my line holds up. This play action I buy time. We got Atwell Schwartz coming over the middle. Schwartz is open. Good pass by Fields there. Got enough time to get the pass off. I'm actually featuring a new playbook this game as well, so that is also going to be something that will be interesting to see how this pans out as I'm running a new playbook week 1 here. I've got a few plays that were key plays in my last season playbook, but this one kind of change some things up, give some different looks as I've made a few new pieces. So. Big hit there by the safety, but did a solid 7 yards.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
See what kind of look we get here on the third and short. He's going to give a 4-3 overlook. We're going to run it to the weak side. Good seal at the end. Allows Cook to get up and pick up the first down.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage.
First and 10 here from the 15. They got to be smart here with this play. As we got to actually got out of the box. Gonna get the boot here in these fields. He's not going to be open, so just going to throw that away. Down there.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw his Fields. That's quickly to Atwell on his slant. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to it before either guy in double coverage could react.
Bring in Herbert here for this run. Fake the jet sweep with Atwell. Get his eyes looking.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Play clock is down to 2 seconds.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are on the board here first in the season opener. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, let's see what he does. Looking forward to seeing what we got. Some, like I said, some new pieces. I think McCaffrey's going to be a big piece. And he's going to go deep. Petre's there. No, pick that off. And he drops it, but they're able to get back and limit the damage there.
Such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
1, 2, 3, 4.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw.
Oh, McCaffrey check down route was open.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field.
Got a little pressure, get him feet moving. Here is where it is important for us to get off the field. And we're going to bring a little heat.
They face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Tight end.
They're going to look to throw.
Good pressure there.
Incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead,
Cash.
it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try
Pressure.
of the game, and clearly
3 and out.
something was
Let's get
off
the
in
offense back on
execution
them.
of
Let's see if they
that
can make
play.
some plays. We got
Good
Atwell, the
news,
new
they got the whole game left to
acquired
clean that up and start
receiver
clicking
and
on those
threat
key
there in the
3rd
punt
down
return to see
throws.
what he can do for us here. He's going to get a first good look, but there was not much there on the return.
Yards that time on the punt,
Starting out the
and
41, good
Bears
field
take
position
over.
here. We look to take a shot here downfield on 1st and 10
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears
with the field
offense.
position.
They were successful
But
last
I'm
time
also gonna
finding the
check
end
down
zone on
routes.
their opening drive of the season. And they'll get
He's
another
going to play
shot
that.
here
I'm
on
going
the
to check
1st and
down
10.
there. Oh, and his corner plays underneath.
But it's intercepted.
Get him out of there.
J.C. Horn.
Figured he was going to lift high. J.C. Horn, solid corner, makes the play. Back to on defense here.
He's seeing a different color jersey, and sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's
Big
why
play
they're
by
up
Joseph
right now. The
Days,
defense,
their
they're doing their job.
newly
Yeah, it starts
acquired
with the
D
guys up
lineman.
front, so when you
I feel
talk
like that
with
was
GMs
something
who are
that
putting
really
together
needed
a
to be
team, a lot of them say they're
addressed
gonna
this
build from the
offseason for
inside
me.
out
Last
because
year,
you
I just
control the
didn't
line of
have
scrimmage,
that other
you
piece
control
besides
the rest of the
Meredith,
ball game,
and
that's
I
what we're
felt like
seeing
a lot
here.
of teams
They're
ran away
actually
from him.
playing in
So
the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So far, my pass rushes look good, which is something I definitely was hoping for with Meredith and Cash returning and adding some pieces there. So we're going to go ahead and let this one bounce through. Good punt down to 5. We got to get the offense going back here. They had a good opening drive, and then first play looked to take a shot. He played the deep ball, forced the throw, and it backfired as J.C. Horn made a play.
Which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive. Because remember,
quick gets up the middle for a good 7-8 yards.
On the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A little wrinkle here in the offense. This is a play that I did not have in the playbook last year, so we'll see what this looks like. With the speed and Atwell and Shorts on the outside, I feel like this could be a threat.
Here's Fields.
I'm going to just check this one down underneath before Komet.
The tight end. Fields to Komet there for a Chicago first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Bring the safety down in the box here. Expects a run, looks like.
On first down, it's Fields. And again, back to Komet. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football
First and 10, I'm taking a few shots. I'm going to give him a little bunch look on the run of the weak side here and see what he does. Coach's going to get off. Good run in here.
These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, a run with Herbert. And he's got some space here.
Good run by Herbert.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's
Poole
all
was
said and
wide
done.
open. I think if Cook was in there, it might have been 7 points with his speed.
Line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Fields throw pulled in by Schwartz. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Looked like he was going to recover, but I was able to hit it before he got the depth at linebacker there.
That in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles, because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of someone or body someone out of the way. He's got to make sure he creates enough space for himself by getting people into the wrong spot.
Tried to juke back out to the hole there. Looked like he sealed up the hole there pretty well.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Give me a 3-4 look. I believe this is going to be a zone.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And
Get
he's
it,
taken
Fields,
down
what
after
was
a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Defense playing strong out of the gates, which I like to see.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. And that is caught.
The pass Fields was out there. I like that play.
2-2 Atwell.
Another player that was not in the playbook last year, so.
And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. From the 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He will score.
The dreaded kickoff return is going to bite me here on that one.
Already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88?
Defense doesn't get a chance to save points there. As the kickoff return gets points on the board with the Panthers.
Well, now that they got the touchdown. it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We'll shift receiver safety down in the box. Expect him around here, which pretty good indication. First and 10 for a little formation. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Plays the run well.
Just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Fields. Open man here, Schwartz complete.
Really like the combo I have with Schwartz and Atwell. I think that's going to be a good piece for me this season.
This first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle.
Hunt's able to find
2
some
yards on
room
the
here.
carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to
I kind of felt like I was going to turn the range over to James Cook, and that might be the way I go so far.
2nd and 8. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
Ooh, a big hit there, but that one picks up a good chunk of yards for make it 3rd and 1.
Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety. We saw both in evidence there.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he can make anything happen.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep things
got to be able to pick up 1
They're
yard.
up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example.
Bring in Edmonds, actually, who's my
especially early in the game
newly acquired free agent running back here as a 4th running back, just to kind of, for this package. Really like this package here.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. A shotgun snap, Fields. Looking for London on the out route
London making a good catch there. Roughing the passer. Or unnecessary roughness, wow.
The 25. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty.
Good hit there, guys. It's Kendricks in the middle. Stepping up, making a big hole.
On the carry there,
Big hit
Second
in
and
front.
8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
Second and 8 here from the 11. Looking forward to punching this in for some more points.
Good for 2. Here's second and 8. They run it again with
seal. Get upfield. I think he's really short. Oh, he got the first down. Good shit.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
See if we can run the ball on the weak side here. James Cook. And he's going to eat that up.
He's going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
You see how that looks out there, but they do want him on the hitch. And he's going to play it. He's going to throw this one away. He'll play another down.
He'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Good defense there by Panthers.
That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A big play, if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Herbert.
Ooh, Herbert almost shook the tackle off. 4th and goal. We're going to take the points here from the 2.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring
that was good defense by the Panthers there. Number 74 has really held his own on the left side there for my for the running game. I have to touch the right side. I ran into him a couple times, and he's dominated the left side. But we got a 10-point lead. Defense is playing well.
To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Good coverage there. Last time we had a kick return, so good bounce back. Let's see what he comes out. Really feel like he might open it up with 3 and try and get McCaffrey going. Oh, he's going to go 2 receivers. Let's stay with the 4-3. But I really think he might try and
this
pass
Carolina offense at the
here.
line, ready to go. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
Oh, and almost picked off by Eddie Jackson, who's actually moved over to strong safety. So that was
just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
I'm afraid to play with the...
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Right here.
They'll look to throw here.
Good pressure there.
As he throws there,
Not a lot of them.
incomplete.
Defense has gotten the Panthers to start for 0 for 6 to start the game.
Probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Let's go simple cover 2-man here.
Back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Fielded just inside the 20.
Outwell's going to get loose here for a good 20-yard gain.
Well
A return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Three minutes left, and we got to head home here with points to close out this first half, which would be big.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act.
There we go.
A huge play there for Chicago.
Coming through, what we added you for is the vertical
I'm not sure how
play.
this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Would have dropped the dime there by Fields.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Back to throw, Fields.
Under pressure, Fields is going to throw this one away.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Nothing on 1st down, so the
Like I said, I want to test this right side. Burns is on the right side, so as long as we can seal him in, which we do. And Kendricks is going to make the play. That's good run linebacker there. Good pick up for the Panthers.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
We're actually going to try to do...
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Third and goal, we can't settle for field goals, but we just got to take care of the ball here. Points is important.
And now it's 3rd and goal. Now Fields. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Fields making another strong throw.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And he'll be tackled.
Good coverage there by Van Der Esch making the play. We've got a minute 53. Let's shore up the defense here. It's going to go 3 wide. Very much anticipated. We'll go nickel 2-man over here.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
Meredith makes the play in the backfield, not allowing McCaffrey to get any space, which is big.
On the play, and it's 2nd down.
Those are the plays
this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Officially nothing
Go
on
big
that
nickel
last run.
just
They'll
to
try
play the
again,
run.
2nd and 10.
He'll get caught up. He is going to try. Roquan got caught in the backfield with the guy coming right to left. He couldn't get out. Safety was over the top for coverage.
And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick slant caught by Moore.
DJ Moore, who will be a Bear next year. Looking forward to having him, but still on the Panthers for this cycle. Getting a big first down there.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing
good coverage there by DJ Reed.
Makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
DJ Reed, there we go. Good play.
Picked off by DJ Reed.
Love the man coverage here with the adjustments we've made. Pass rush is good. Man coverage is going to be good. I really like the defense that I've put together for this season. We'll go for the kill shot here in the first quarter or the first half. If I can put up some points here, I really feel like my second half where I can turn to run the ball and.
Here's Fields.
Check this one down. Good pressure there. I'm looking for Atwell or London on the little sit down route. It was not open. Good coverage, but I'll just take the check down route.
I see a big man like that make a catch. All I keep thinking to myself is,
I'm going to call timeout here, save some time instead of running our pocket.
He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
To throw again on second down. Fields. Throw left
Shorts
side.
and get him out of bounds here. Good pickup for first down.
Texas just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start!
Run this little shakes play here. See what we got. We got the little C right on the outside. With the tight end up the middle. Safety plays a tight end. We're looking for the C route if the safety goes wide. As long as the linebacker doesn't drop depth. We still have a timeout, so we can check down to Atwell. And put Atwell on the Z route here. Is it a zig route?
Now a first down throw. Fields.
Nothing is open. We're just going to take and throw this away. Still got a player or two in our pocket with the timeout.
And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Out of the gun, Fields.
Oh, good pressure, good sack. Brian Burns making an impact.
Taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Just can't get a sack here, and we'll be all right.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased.
Rose Austin, new Bears kicker here, should have the leg for this, even with an 8-mile wind in his face.
They tried to hit him over the top.
Hopefully that's it. Might be a little wide. It's going to sneak in, and that's good. 27-7.
Tuck it into the bottom right corner, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Second half, we're going to be run heavy.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
I'm not sure why my punter's kicking off. That is something I'm going to have to change.
Takes this near the 25,
I feel like he just has not much of a leg. There's also be better, but I'll make that change for game 2. Not quite sure how open he's going to open up the playbook here.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding someone
Jalen Johnson all over that. Good coverage there.
Here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this is incomplete.
Blake is just having a hard time hitting his receivers, starting off slow, no rhythm, no momentum. Speaks to the pass rush of the Bears so far early on. I'm really pleased with what I've seen out of my team.
And there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
Oh, good defense.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Christian Fulton making a play there.
Stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Johnny.
Looked like Jalen Peacher was going to try and intercept that. He stepped up, but Fulton with the batted down, and I'm all right with that. Defensive mind about the ball down. Don't give up the big play.
And we'll see what he can do on the return.
Atwell. Good coverage on the outside, staying in his lane.
Not too shabby.
As I said, we're going to look to kind of turn to the running game here and get the running game going in the second half. Chew the clock. We're up by 20, which can make this a 4-possession game here.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Middle linebacker Kendricks has had a pretty solid game against the run so far. Back
to the ground. This time Cook. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is
7.
a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. To throw is Fields. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And not a whole lot of
his line is right now stepping it up.
He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Nowhere to go.
He'll get back to the line
Holding
of scrimmage,
on the
and that's
line.
it.
That's never a good thing as well.
So that time they got the left
That play
guard
did
with a
not pan
hold.
out the way I
And
was
let's face it,
hoping.
in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Second and long here. I'm going to have to pick up some yards. Let's see what we get. This D-line has been really good this last quarter or so.
Come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I pushed him outside. I was trying to cut it back up.
As they get him down at about the 40. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third and long. It's Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So 1st and 10.
Nice throw by Fields. Over the linebacker. Linebacker couldn't get deep enough before the safety, dropping it in. Good hole, good block by the fullback, picking up Kendricks. Chase Edmonds getting his 1st carry of the game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A handoff for Herbert. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down.
Kendricks making another good play. User play, though. He's filling the holes, making big hits. Solid run linebacker.
We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays.
They're trying to shorten this game up with a 20-point lead and want to run the ball. Score here. They keep that clock going.
Again, it's Cook.
Kendricks got caught up in the middle there. Cook was able to break a tackle, almost pick up the 1st.
He'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling
Kareem Hunt has not been productive today.
Dominating right now on this drive.
Here's a give to Herbert. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs. Here we go! Here we go!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Good coverage. Good play by his line.
Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Now from the 9, here's
see if we
2nd
can
and
get
goal.
Drake on the outside or at will on the cross with the tight end.
Here's Fields. His pass caught at the 4. 5 yards.
Didn't expect that linebacker to sit there with the running back. Almost threw into coverage that I did not want to.
Sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Cook will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. Rosas now to add the PAT.
Big drive there. Chewed up a bunch of time, ended up with points.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call, and they'll accept that penalty. After the
defense pitching a shutout here. The only touchdown by the Panthers is a kick return. When it was 14-0, he got a kick return. Defense has played well. Really happy with how they played so far. Let's hope that they can keep this up, not only for this game but for the season. They really have not allowed McCaffrey to get loose, and the pass rush has been there. Blake, I believe is his name, is the quarterback for the Panthers, has not had time or really open windows to get the ball into. He's going to run it once again. Meredith eating up the run. I really like how that D-line and everything is playing so far. So.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after
it. Ravenella here, just not going to get beat deep.
Case in point right there.
Again, it's Foreman.
Good.
He's upended after
Good pursuit by the defense. 3rd and 8, 3rd and long here.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit
to
people with the run in the
probably
pass,
through
but in this game,
receivers.
how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU.
We're going to run this cover.
3rd down now.
I don't want to run
plays
press, though.
indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
That's a run. Just run a simple.
In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Robber.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Got to cross that. DJ Moore with a big play. Roquan is there. 2 for 15.
Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw.
I need a lot of
Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here
Over
at the
there and
Bears
stops.
43.
Got a
A
ball.
gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last
Had to put a little drive together here.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a couple plays by him that really in the run game has been huge.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. To the
right side. Got to go underneath that. Got to go underneath. Third and 1 here. 2 down territory still. So.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The play fake. He'll look to throw.
Oh, I got caught on the run bad. Whew.
Had his hands
I was
on
trying
it,
to
bring it in. Pretty
sucked up in the run and I couldn't return. That was
they lead big, and a
almost
major part of that
not good.
has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Being lazy on defense.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
You can see the change in momentum.
Good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They contain on McCaffrey.
About the 17. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Here we go, here we go. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
No
reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the fourth quarter, this was definitely four-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with first and goal.
They'll look to throw. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown.
Touchdown, Panthers.
DJ Moore. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And the lead
15
down to
play
20.
drive. What a drive by the Panthers.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the 6.
Almost spring for
field position. They'll start at the 32.
Quick return there. Let's see what Kareem Hunt does. We've got our other 3 backs going. Needed to see if I'm going to move forward with Kareem Hunt or what we're going to do here.
Ready to go for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You take charge.
To about the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the
football. Oh, why you stop?
Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep.
And he takes this one in
second
for
effort
a Bears touchdown.
What a second effort.
James Cook, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they take a knee. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Solid running day by my backs there. All 4 backs getting carries, even the quarterback running the ball. Really impressive my offensive line holding up in the run game. Hopefully that continues with weeks to come. Also really impressed with Outlaw's play at receiver. I think he brings another dynamic weapon to this offense. And my defense, and I'm giving up 1 touchdown. The other one was a kick return. Really happy with the team's performance today, starting off week 1 against a very solid opponent in the Panthers. This guy is easily could win the South, and I'm sure he'll figure things out. This is just a rough game for him. He got down quick, and the quarterback may miss some early throws, and then snowballed from him there. But I look to see Panthers, being in the picture at the end. Heck of a game. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the coming weeks.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone